Okay guys, it's been a few weeks since I posted my last video all about the eRide Pro 3.0. Today, I want to finally get around to installing the adjustable peg set from Warp 9 and make it to where these pegs will drop down a total of an extra inch. I think this is going to make all the difference on my knees whenever I'm out on the trail. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead, open this up, and get this installed. Okay, so you guys might see something different here. I installed this little bag. I've seen other people do this on standard moto bikes, and I thought this would be really handy. Being able to store things like maybe my drone that I fly around or my cell phone whenever I'm out on the trail. It's got these little hooks right here that I could hook stuff through. I could even put tools in this if I really wanted to. It fits really well right here underneath the handlebars. I haven't actually ridden any more than around my yard with it, but so far I'm liking it. What do you guys think of these bags? Do you know of a different brand that's specifically designed for eMotos? Because this is actually designed for a gravel bike out front, not an eMoto on the back side of the bars. But I think it's gonna work pretty well. What do you guys think? But first, the one thing I'm just gonna ask of you guys, if you love this content, watch the videos all the way through, because that's all the YouTube algorithm cares about these days. So Warp 9 adjustable peg mount is what we're going to be installing today. Let's go ahead, let's open this up and check it out. Warp 9 stuff is really nice quality. So many people use Warp 9 products, and I can't wait to put this on this bike. Got a nice little sticker here, and wow, these look so good. They're like machined aluminum. Look at that. That is gorgeous. All these like little indents right here that they had to machine out. And you've got different levels of adjustability. And this looks pretty nice and simple. You got two of these, one on each side. And this one looks like it's got a kickstand holder over here. So we'll have to mount up the kickstand on this side. So you want to make sure that you put these in the correct order. And then this is the center bar that goes between the two. I believe these springs are actually for the pegs. So whenever you install your pegs, they have a spring that goes against them to keep them in the down position. Now, the only thing I didn't see inside the box were some instructions. I don't know if I took them out earlier or if they just didn't come with any, but I think this install is going to be pretty self-explanatory. Let's go ahead. Let's start uninstalling the original peg mount, and then we'll get the new one installed. In order to do this, we are going to have to put this on a stand because it's going to take the kickstand away temporarily. Let's go ahead and grab the stand, get the bike set on it, and then we'll start taking this one apart. Oh yeah, we should have plenty of room to work on this. All right, let's go ahead and start removing the pegs, and then we'll remove the mount. Okay, instead of taking these off first, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the entire mount from both sides. We need a 6mm Allen key. I'm just gonna break these loose, and then I'm gonna use my wrench, power wrench, to be able to actually fully remove these bolts. See how easy this is. It might be on here pretty tight. Oh, not too bad. Here's my new tool, a little Bauer. This is supposed to be the impact version. Let's see if it works well. Oh, it's so much easier. Look at that. There's already like weird corrosion on these or something. Not sure what that's about. Oh, I can get it. Yeah, that weird powder stuff is on this one too. I don't know if that's just dried up Loctite or what. So now that side is loose. Can loosen up the other side real quick. Okay, so over here, there's this little wire right here, and this goes to the kickstand sensor, which is right here. The easiest thing to do is to just remove the kickstand. All right, I'm gonna mount this back up so I can try to get this kickstand spring off a little bit easier. This is all a learning process. I'm not even gonna get it tight, just get it to where it's not wiggling around on me. All right, got it. It's a little bit tricky, but I'm sure somebody out here has a good tip for me on how to actually remove this really easily. So if you have that, leave it in the comments below. I would really appreciate it. And I bet you the beginners like me would also appreciate it. Put our 6mm Allen key in there, 13mm wrench, and we should be able to just loosen this. There we go. Oh, it looks like it's got some little thin washers in here, so just be careful about that. You want to hang on to these little guys. There's a little tiny bolt that's on here. You just kind of have to crack it loose. Yeah, you just got to unthread it. Kind of a pain. Got it. Jeez. That was crazy. Did not expect that to be so challenging. All right, now we can fully remove this. Got it. There we go. The OG stock peg mount is taken off. I'm just going to unthread this. It looks like it's got just a threaded axle on here, so this should just unthread. It's going to make it easier to take the pegs off. Now we have easy access to those. All right, in order to get the pegs off, it's just a 17mm nut that's on there. We should just be able to unthread this again. This probably would have been a lot easier if I left this on the bike. Now let's take a look at the kickstand side of the 3.0 stock version. So this is much heavier than this. This feels really lightweight, the stock version does. This feels super robust and heavy duty. I was a little bit worried that the Warp 9 stuff was gonna feel really, really light. So it goes something like this. This is what they would look like side by side. So just to kind of give you an idea, these are a little bit thicker, the Warp 9. This looks like a cast piece. I believe that's how you'd say it, because there's like this line on the outside where they would have like poured this into some sort of cast and then let it harden and then broke the cast away, where this appears to be a straight up milled piece of metal. Let's go ahead and let's put this on, and then we'll put on the other side. This one, we're gonna have to mess with the little sensor right there. Real interesting. There's no threads in this, so I may have to install a secondary bolt, which it may have come with one, to hold on the kickstand sensor. Okay, so first things first, we're going to slide in the kickstand sensor, and we'll pop this in through here. That should stop just like that. Should be able to thread this on this end, hopefully. Blue Loctite on here. Now we should be able to put on our kickstand. Next up, let's put the spring back on the kickstand. There we go, kickstand's on, perfect. Now for this next step, you are going to need a T25 star bit, and basically you're just going to undo these bolts right here at the end, just like that, and then you're going to take this, preferably with Warp 9 riding up, and you're basically going to find the little hole right there, and that should just slide right in. Then we can mount up this side, and we can screw in the bolt to the axle on both sides. So just like we did on the other one, we're going to mount this just like this, but this time we're going to make sure that we're putting this little kind of through axle right through there. Then we'll just add some blue Loctite to this also. Now we're ready to install these bolts right here. Just go ahead and add some blue Loctite just like we did on the other side. We should just be able to line this up and then thread these in. All right, now we're ready to install the pegs, but I'm going to drop these all the way down as far as it can possibly go. Then we'll install the pegs. Okay, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and remove the bike from the stand just to make it a little bit easier to kind of manage. Now we're going to take a 12mm wrench and go on the bolt on the back side here. Should be able to loosen this. That will allow the peg to drop all the way down or raise it all the way back up. Got that all the way dropped. Now we can tighten it and we can go drop down the other side. So now I need to pop the pegs off the original mounts. There's just this little doodad here. I think this will be pretty simple to pop off. Once I get that off of there, I can slide this out, and then I'll have to reinstall these on the Warp 9 peg mounts. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the other side intact while I put this one on, just so I have a reference of what it looks like. So it looks like you slide it in something like this here, and this end will go on the closest to the bike, and this end will go on the peg. Just slid in here and show you guys. Carefully tap this with the hammer. There goes the spring, guys. That's the way to do it. Then we just put on this little washer. You'll need your little locking washer deal. All right, we're locked in, guys. Now I just have to do the other side. Just repeat. That really wasn't that bad. And look at this. I think this lowered it quite a bit because now I'm actually level with the bottom of this. Now, some people are concerned that with this actual Warp 9 drop, I won't be able to use my velocity bolts rack, but we're going to find out real soon. But let's get the other side done and then make sure that it's on there really well. And we're going to be good to test this out on the rack and then test this out on the trail. All right, let's check it out. Pop up the kickstand. Oh yeah, I can already tell you, it feels a little bit lower. I don't think it's substantial, but I do think my knee is at a little bit steeper angle here, where before I believe it was up something like this. This definitely feels quite a bit lower the more and more I'm kind of sitting here. We'll just have to see whenever I go out on my first ride how exactly this feels, but I think this is going to be pretty good. But we're not done because I have to put this kickstand down, have to turn it on and see if this thing actually turns on. Okay, we got power. It's powering up. Here we go. All right, we're gonna take it out of park. We're ready in eco. Let's see, the kickstand sensor should be working. It looks like it's working there. Let's put the kickstand up and we're moving. All right, so there you go, guys. That's how simple it is to install the peg drop system. I'm super impressed with it. I've got to say, this was probably an entry-level job. It just takes a little bit of time to get this installed. I would say if I wasn't filming, I could probably have this whole install done in under 30 minutes. And adjusting this is super simple. Once you've got your pegs put on there, all you need is a 12mm wrench, and you can adjust these up and down. You've got a good amount of adjustment on here. I would say you have at least a solid 1 to 1.5 inch adjustment. So if you're a shorter rider, you can raise these things up. If you're a taller rider like me, you can lower them down. I'm super excited about this. The only thing that I need to do now is get rid of these eRide Pro pegs and get some Warp 9 pegs. I still haven't picked some up. I really need to do that. But if you enjoyed this video and you want to see the next one, you're going to want to make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be testing this out on my Velocity Volts rack and we're going to be hitting up some of the trails. I've been riding out at Chadwick a couple of times now and I'm ready to adventure on some new trails out there and I want to take you guys along with me. All right, guys, if you're loving this content and you want to support this channel even more, definitely jump over to my Patreon. It's called Mike's Unlocked Garage. All right, guys, as always, get out there and ride your eMoto.
Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip for tat on the internet. We don't do that. See, I've been a threat and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that we don't cash checks. I don't owe no debts. I've been through that. See you SOS, SOS, SOS. See you SOS. Need a light.